It was just 4 days to the end of Kenny's annual leave at work. That morning, she had packed her bags and headed to Abeokuta to celebrate her fiancé's 30th birthday with his family, or so she thought. She sat quietly by the train window, her mind filled with thoughts. She had packed a small weekend bag, including gifts for her man and family, thinking she was going to spend time with her fiancé and soon-to-be in-laws. As the train slowly began to move, a gentle voice asked, "Excuse me, is this seat taken?" It was a young man, tall, simple, with a calm smile. Kenny barely looked up. She just said, "No," and focused on the moving view outside. She wasn't in the mood for small talk. Her mind was too busy, wondering why her fiancé, John, had been acting so distant lately. The journey was quiet. The guy, whose name she later discovered was Niyi, didn't disturb her. He only smiled politely once in a while, but Kenny didn't even notice. By the time she got to Abeokuta, it was already afternoon. Her fiancé, John, was waiting for her at the station and picked her up in his car. The atmosphere was calm. He looked excited, but something about his energy didn't sit right. They drove home quietly. The house was filled with close family members, cousins, and friends who had traveled down for the birthday. John is a lover of family. He enjoyed having them around, and they had all made his birthday wishes come true. They all welcomed Kenny warmly, some calling her our wife. Later that evening, John's phone kept buzzing, and each time, he walked away to take the call. Kenny ignored it at first, until later that evening when everything changed. She was in the kitchen, helping his mother prepare dinner when she overheard a conversation between his aunt and one of his cousins. They were talking about a woman on John's street who is heavily pregnant, and how he already had 2 children with 2 other women. For a moment, her heart stopped. She wanted to believe she heard wrong. But later that night, she checked his phone, and there it was. Pictures saved in a locked folder. Messages. Baby items. It all screamed lies and deceit. He had left his phone with his niece to watch cartoons when Kenny quietly took it and confirmed everything. The man she had introduced to her family, as her future husband, had already built a life with others, and still had the audacity to promise her forever. She sat on the bed, numb. No tears at first. Just silence. The kind of pain that doesn't come with shouting, only deep breathing and disbelief. She wondered why none of his family members had told her before now, yet they were busy shouting, "Our wife," when she arrived. Well, she thought, his father married 2 wives and even had a child out of wedlock. Maybe they thought I was ready for polygamy too. Or did they think John already told me? She whispered to herself, "I can't sleep in this house tonight." She stepped out of the house without saying a word to anyone. John ran after her, but she ignored him. She was holding back tears and just needed a place to clear her head. By the time she got to the station, it was already 10 p.m. The last train to Lagos had left. She sighed deeply. She had nowhere to go, no one to talk to. She checked into a small hotel nearby, and lay on the bed staring at the ceiling, tears quietly rolling down her cheeks. That night, she got a text message from John, saying everything she heard his family say was just his past life, and she's the only one he wants to marry. She whispered to herself, maybe this is God saving me from a marriage built on deceit. The next morning, she woke up early and returned to the train station. Her eyes were swollen, her heart still heavy. She walked to the waiting area and saw that all the seats were filled. She stood quietly, still shaking at intervals from the previous day's shock. She was already feeling weak, and then she saw Niyi, her seat partner from the trip to Abeokuta. He looked up and recognized her immediately. And just like before, he smiled. He stood up and said, "Please, have my seat." She hesitated, but he insisted. She quietly sat down, grateful. When the train arrived, they ended up sitting beside each other again. The journey was peaceful, the kind of silence that doesn't feel awkward. Niyi didn't try to talk much, he just let her be. After asking softly how she was, she replied, sad. "I don't want to talk about it." He respected that. Somehow, his presence made her feel calm. When they got to Lagos, he turned to her, gently and said, "I know you might not be in the mood for talking, but can I have your number? Maybe we can talk sometime." For the first time that day, she smiled faintly and nodded. That was it, just a simple exchange. But deep down, something felt different. A quiet relief. As the train rolled into the city, Kenny looked out of the window one more time and whispered to herself, maybe not all destinations are places. Maybe some are people. She didn't know it then, but that silent morning ride was the beginning of a story that would change her life forever.